the work is being done, however, people don't realize the work is being done, and that happens everywhere. So a lot of reform efforts are in place, and some things don't change overnight, but everything is put in place, the foundation is laid, and then it bears fruit. That's hopefully we'll get this today.
We're going to get started. We're going to do a quick lightning round with the panel here. As I call on you, my question to you is, as you look at the city of Los Angeles and the community and the relationship between the police and the community, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? Chief Villanueva, half full, half empty.
I'm going to agree with the manager there, and it's always half full.
Dex Elliott, half full or half empty?
Absolutely half empty.
Half empty.
I think one of the main problems I see across the board is denial. For anyone to sit here and say that it's half full, to me is a slap in my face. Based on a lot of things the gentleman just said, people are dying. People are dying at alarming rates on the streets, primarily black and brown, for reasons they shouldn't be dying. And this is something that's been going on for my entire lifetime. When I was a kid, I didn't look at police officers as the bad guys. When I was a kid, when we played cops and robbers, I wanted to be a police officer. I wanted to capture the bad guys, to put them in there, to arrest them. But when I became an adult, that drastically changed based on experiences that I had personally. My mom was a police officer, so I was around police officers my entire life. But my personal experience was not that of a pleasant experience. And I think the main problem I see is that it's a lack of leadership. I don't see police officers being hired based on integrity and leadership abilities, based on what I see and observe on a daily basis. I see a lot of guys out there with machismo and attitudes and cockiness and bully behavior, and I don't understand it. I can tell you of 4 incidents I've had this year alone that was completely unacceptable by police officers of being harassed. One just happened a week ago, and I'm a law-abiding citizen. So to me, until we change this whole bullying and until we take accountability and say, look, the police set the tone for everyone else. We, as the community, follow what you guys give. So if you say everything is half full and the community is saying something completely different, there's a major disconnect right there. So at some point, someone's not listening. But then we look at the evidence and people are dying at alarming rates. Yeah, people of all nationalities and colors. Police officers, to me, have the golden opportunity to be heroes, to be those people I wanted to be when I was a kid. But I think they're missing it because they're not listening and they're not serving the people, they're bullying the people in too many cases.
How can we hold each other accountable so when a deputy, a police officer, comes across a young black man in the street, how can we make that encounter a positive one? How can we convince young black men, young brown men, young white men, anybody who decides to arm themselves in public and get into a conflict with law enforcement? So we're putting our officers, our deputies out there to try to sort out who's who and who's the ones that's a threat to the community and who's the one just trying to go about their daily business. It's not as simple.
I think even more important, who are the ones that are trying to change it? Because I think a lot of us hate the crime element as much as you do. Matter of fact, some of us hate it more because we're being oppressed by it. So at the end of the day, when police and the community activists and people that really want to change it start realizing that we're not against each other and we're actually on the same team, that's the goal.
Well, that's the reason why that's exactly why we're here today. So Dex, as we look at the community and you're looking at the glass half empty, can you name or suggest a community that you think it's going well that can be modeled after?
Personally, no, not up the top, because I think the standards that in my mind are so high, because like I said, I think when you say protect and serve, take that very extreme. One officer, he sounded like exactly what I explained, a lot of denial. Being a police officer, we all know it's a very difficult job, but it's a selfless job, and a leader is a selfless job. It's to serve the people, so you can't really go into it looking for a pat on the back. We want to cheer police officers on, but when you have police officers getting off time and time again, the public, we get frustrated. And then you say, okay, we're doing the best we can, and the problem is not what it is. But that's not what we see.
The fight continues.